Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in. Give it a thumbs up, like, and subscribe. I am Mark, and today we're going to do another Scotch review. Today we're doing Glen Moray 12. This is a Speyside single malt Scotch, and it's 40% ABV. And I'm not a huge fan of this distillery, and I've had this before, given it a second chance. This is like the third time I've tried it, but I hadn't done a review on it, so I found it in a 50 ml. I said, okay, so I'll go ahead and just do it. And do a little review on it. I've had this in the Portwood, and I don't think I cared for either one of them. And people who know me joke that they're going to want me to buy this, but because they know I can't stand it. So anyway, Glen Moray started production in September 1897. It started originally as a brewery until it was converted to a distillery. It closed in 1910. It was later purchased by the Glen Moray distillery. And they kept increasing capacity, and they received, I think now they have 3 wash and 3 spirits stills, and they expanded, let's see, in 2012 and then again in 2016, and now they're capable of about 1.5 million gallons of distillate annually. It was sold in 2008 by the Glen Moray distillery to a La Martinique, I guess. I'm not sure, or La Martiniquoise. I don't know how to say that. And they, like I said, they do have 6 stills. They do produce a lot of blends. Labelle 5, I think possibly Cutty Sark. So what else? I think that's probably all I can tell you about it. And can't show it to you in the bottle because it was a 50 ml, but I can show it to you in the glass. So there you go. I do need to roll this. Okay, 50 ml is a heavy pour. Okay, so what little is on here is Glen Moray Speyside single malt Scotch, currently matured in selected American oak casks to create a smooth, sweet character. 40% ABV, aged 12 years. Bottled in Scotland. That's all I got. So, since 1897. Okay. They are also in the area of Glenlivet, I believe. So you'll sometimes see Glen Moray, Glenlivet on some barrels sometimes, but it's kind of just, Glenlivet is the area of where Glen Moray is located, and there's a few distilleries that are allowed to put Glenlivet on their barrels. So, all right, let's see what we get here. Orchard fruit, apples, pears. Some bananas. There's a lot of bananas. Getting some lemon. A little bit of lemon in there. There's a oaky character to it. Mostly orchard fruit, really. Okay, I'm getting, I was expecting that, but I do get quite a bit of citrus in there now. Like sweet pink grapefruit. There's a cereal tone in there. Grassy. Like dried grass, not like, which lawn, but like wheaty, kind of that tall grass you see in fields, like that dried hay, kind of dried. Yeah, I'll go with more like hay. Dried hay, dried wheat, that kind of smell. All right. It's very sweet. It's pretty thin. I get lots of honey. Lots of honey. I get some pepper, that lemon peel for sure, coming through that citrus. Sugary, like sugary syrup. Very light, very thin. There's a pepper note to it. Okay, it's not horrible. I mean, I guess the ABV could be higher. Anything that's 40, I mean, they need to bump the whiskey. Needs to be up to, nothing needs to be less than 46. Okay, more pears, apples, bananas, more of the same stuff. I'm not getting as much, not much of that oak and cereal and hay and grassy note as I was before. Just more fruit now. Okay. More pears. Like almost like the syrup when you get, when you get canned pears, that syrupy, that's kind of reminiscent of that. So what food would I relate this to? Like I said, I guess like I'm thinking like the pear syrup. That's kind of what gives me. Honey nuts and cereal. So yeah, like Honey Nut Cheerios. It's very light. I get this I get the citrus, the lemon, pears. I don't get that, and that sugary. Really now the only fruit I'm getting is the pears. So okay. Not as bad as I remember, but still, I don't need this on my shelf. It gets a 5 out of 10. All right, see you next time.